Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we're going to be reading Overweight People of Reddit. What was the turning point that made you lose the weight? Stick around until the end to see our featured Narwhals of the day, and be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more weight loss videos that help you stay on track. I broke a toilet seat, blamed the cheap toilet seat, and went and bought a new, nicer one. Broke that one too. I was 300 pounds and obese all my life. I am raising my 11-year-old granddaughter, and 2 years ago I thought I was going to drop dead. She's lost too many people, and I did not want to do that to her. It's become my #1 priority, down 110 pounds. Visiting my mom while she was putting together some photo albums and seeing pictures of myself before gaining weight and after. The moment of clarity when I realized how much I'd let myself go. The final straw was when I couldn't bend over my grandmother's hospital bed to kiss her because my belly was so massive. I lost 5 stone in 4 months as I basically stopped eating. The other 5 stone went through ditching carbs until the evening, 140 pounds. This might be an unpopular opinion, but my turning point was when I finally just accepted the reality that, like it or not, people, especially in professional settings, judge you first by your appearance before they ever learn how cool, competent, professional, or whatever that you are. Is it true for every single person? No. Is it necessarily fair? No. But is it true like 90% of the time? Yep. I've been big and small and big, and currently big, and the difference is night and day. I currently get the, "what is that doing in my world" look. People get indignant about your existence. It's kind of insane. Once upon a time, people looked at me like they were happily surprised to see me, even when they didn't know me. I don't really take issue with people being attracted to people they are attracted to, but I kind of think that a negative reaction to anyone that you don't want something from is a little pedantic, childish, and just indicative of a bad character. There were a few things that sort of laid the groundwork for the change. The first was when I realized I was obese, not just fat. I was actually at Hershey Park, which probably should have been a good indication in the first place, and I had to watch my little brother go on all the roller coasters that I couldn't fit in. It hurt. It planted the seed. The second thing was I was in the shower and I went to wash my feet, and when I looked down I couldn't actually see them. It actually worried me. The last thing was I got an office job with no idea how to dress for an office job, so r/male fashion advice was browsed thoroughly, and I realized that I liked all those clothes and that I wanted to be able to actually wear all the nice things that would never fit me. I wanted to wear things that looked good on me, and made me feel as awesome as I thought I looked. I went from 365 pounds to 250 in a year, and 250 to 200 in the next one. I now have much nicer clothes. TLDR, my own narcissism drove me to it. I hit 289 pounds and didn't want to hit 300. I'm still overweight, but what weight I have dropped, I have kept off. I was at my cousin's wedding party and everyone else was tall and thin while I was short and fat. His wife started posting pictures on Facebook the next day and it was just humiliating. My face was so fat I barely had any discernible features outside of fat. The next day I joined a gym and I've pretty much gone a minimum of 3 days a week for the past 8 years. I went from a 46-inch waist to a 30-inch. Honestly, losing weight was so easy that my biggest regret is that I didn't do it sooner. I am still pretty overweight, but I am working on it and 55 pounds down so far. It was something really stupid. I got a new phone. I got a Samsung Galaxy S4 and it had a basic health app. I punched in my stats and it said, in order to maintain your current weight, you need to eat 3,700 calories a day. Well, at this point I had been pretty steadily gaining weight. It was a shock just knowing how much I had been eating. It's been a couple of years and I'm only halfway there, but I keep counting those calories. I wear a Fitbit to track how active I have been to make sure I don't overeat on video games and my underwear days. Calories in, calories out, incremental changes. I ran into my former high school teacher. She's the sweetest, kindest lady you'll ever meet. Imagine a female version of Mr. Rogers. She said this, "Oh my goodness, name, is that you? You look awfully swollen. Are you feeling all right?" Me, "Yeah, I'm perfectly fine." Her, disappointed look on her face, "Oh, you used to be such a handsome man." Her reply almost crushed me. She was so honest. I was only 24 at the time. Now I'm 28 and ripped AF. Thanks, Mrs. Henry. My turning point was over 7 years. Happened when I realized that my then best friend was one of the major reasons I'd gained a lot of the weight during childhood and well into adulthood. The moment we stopped being friends, I started running and started to eat healthier. I went from a size 18 to a size 8 currently. I read a quote in a Tim Sandlin book that said, "There's no one more depressed than a fat person who loses 100 pounds only to discover that the thin can be lonely too." Basically, growing up a fat child, I had blamed so many things on being overweight, and I finally realized it was just an easy excuse, and I didn't want to spend my whole life never being comfortable in my own skin. Nothing fit, nothing at all in my closet. There was this major party the next day, and I hadn't a single thing to wear aside from a huge baggy top and a pair of jeans. I barely stuck around for an hour because I was so embarrassed, and just ended up going back to my room, throwing clothes around and crying. Totally worth it. Still not where I want to be, but at least I'm somewhat better. The reason I used to be so overweight was caused by my ridiculously unhealthy eating habits. I was one of those people who have always thought I'd done everything to lose weight, but nothing has happened, when in reality, I had done nothing. There was also the fact that everyone denied that I was overweight. Whenever I made a comment on my appearance, everyone would burst into a chorus of, "Oh, you're not fat," or "Shut up, you look fine." One day my sister started tracking what she ate. Though I knew it was just a phase that wouldn't last long, I decided to try it out with her, despite what I thought about it just being a short-lived thing. At the end of the first day, I put all the food I ate into a tracker. I was absolutely disgusted. The sheer amount of food that was entering my body was repulsive, and I felt the instant need to eat less and somehow get the toxic foods out of my system. This was such a mental shock for me that I felt uprooted and horrifically unhealthy. I never had a moment where I felt more fat. That day I knew I had to change, knew I had to do something and get healthier. In short, I just needed that mental wreckage before I could recognize what was causing me to be so large. I'm no longer morbidly obese and I'm around 15 pounds over the healthy range. I don't like telling people I've met since then my weight loss story, but I find it important that everyone realize the importance of motivating others and being honest. I went to the doctor and weighed 349 pounds. Blood pressure was 180 over 110, borderline diabetic. Doc told me if I didn't lose weight soon, I'd probably be a patient at the hospital I work at. This was 11 months ago. I'm currently 262, 6 feet tall, and lift on a regular basis. Cardio with every workout. Resting heart rate is down to 70, blood pressure is now controlled at 130 over 80. I haven't had follow-up labs for glucose, but I'm hopeful it's better. I'm down from a triple XL shirt to an XL, and I just bought a pair of 38 waist size jeans. I was into 46 last year. Here's to the last 60 pounds I hope to lose. My 10-year-old nephew wanted to play basketball, and I didn't have the energy to get off the couch. Went from 280 pounds to 170, 6'2", but now back to 200. I now have more energy than he does. He is in his 20s now. Cardio is the difference between a long, healthy life and an early death. Trust me, people. My best friend since childhood can't walk up a flight of stairs, and I can bound up like an adolescent. I'm not special, I just do cardio. Real cardio every single friggin' goddamn mother friggin' day. Oh, and let me tell you, my bananas in my 40s are so much better than in my 20s. I owe it to cardio. Do it, people. I'm still overweight, but I was morbidly obese as a teen and a young adult, 400 pounds. My family tried everything, from appealing to me emotionally and fat shaming. Then one day I decided I wasn't going to drink liquid calories anymore, or eat pork or beef, and I walked after every meal. I have PCOS, makes it difficult to lose belly fat, and obvious behavioral problems when it comes to eating too much. Combined, I've lost over 250 pounds, counting weight gained and lost. The last bit is the hardest part. Overeating is a struggle. I have a personal trainer who believes in me and helps me with my goals. I don't win every day, but I'm more active and knowledgeable than ever. One day, I will be a normal weight. This does not define me. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day. If you'd like to be a featured narwhal, just head on over to our subreddit at r/lucidnarwhals. Link is in the description below. Our first featured narwhal of the day is the muse of comedy, and they say, starting weight 240, current weight 182, goal weight a healthy weight. I've been on the journey since May 19, and so happy I did. All the pains I used to have before are now gone, and I'm starting to run 5K and lift close to my body weight. And our next featured narwhal of the day is Keto Queen, and they say, I've lost 81 pounds in 5 months. And our last featured narwhal of the day is Alucard, and they say, weight loss and muscle gain over the course of 3 years. Thank you so much for sharing, Narwhals. If you're still watching, you're one of the few Narwhals who made it to the end of this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more weight loss videos that help you stay on track. And sign up to become a VIP Narwhal at lukenarwhal.com for a merch giveaway coming really soon. Thanks for watching, Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.